Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Season 2 WWE Draft. It is time. And it seems like we're kicking things off with the Chief Content Officer and the COO of WWE, Paul Triple H Levesque. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just joining me now, my name is Nick. I'm your host and commentator. And we are just coming off of 2 nights of action with WrestleMania Night 1 and WrestleMania Night 2, which was live in Chicago, Illinois. But now we are here live in Memphis, Tennessee for tonight's show. Raw and SmackDown is back, ladies and gentlemen. It is the first official episode for Season 2. This season is sure to be special, and Triple H is out here right now. I wonder what the game has on his mind. The game, a legend in this business, now the Chief Content Officer. After a huge couple of nights of success with WrestleMania, it is time to move on for a new season. Time to start fresh here with the draft. Before we even get to new episodes of Raw and SmackDown, the draft is happening straight away. But not only the draft, ladies and gentlemen, we've also got some action planned for tonight, as Gunther will defend his newly won IWGP Heavyweight title and the Intercontinental title against Wardlow, the man who won the Fatal 4-Way Elimination match at WrestleMania to earn a title shot. But that is not all, as Kris Statlander, after winning the Chyna Memorial Battle Royal back at WrestleMania, will also be challenging the new Women's North American Champion Rhea Ripley, after Rhea Ripley won the North American title at WrestleMania. And last but not least, we also have Bron Breakker getting a rematch at the television title against Dragon Lee. That is sure to all go down tonight. But the question is, what does Triple H have on his mind?
Damn, it feels good to be here right in Memphis, where we get to start fresh and begin a brand new season, an era of WWE. It is great to be back. The era of anarchy was memorable for sure, but it's time to get back to business with Raw and SmackDown being back. It's only right we kick this season off with a bang, as not only will we see superstars get drafted, but we also got a night of in-ring action planned. This season, there's no more playing games. It's time to get to business. And with the recent deal made with Netflix, we're cutting all the bullshit out. I told you guys after Survivor Series last year, I bought a piece of New Japan Pro Wrestling. But after recent discussions, we have decided to start working together with a 3-company relationship, also involving TNA, Impact Wrestling. Certain stars in this draft you'll see across 1, 2, or yes, even potentially 3 different promotions. The biggest star that'll be doing this will be the brand new IWGP Heavyweight Champion, the Ring General Gunther, after defeating Kazuchika Okada at WrestleMania. It is confirmed that whichever brand signs him will not be the only place Gunther works, as he has signed a special 2-way contract that'll allow him to defend his IWGP title overseas in Japan. In other news, whoever drafts the new WWE Undisputed Champion CM Punk, the opposite brand will be receiving the new reinstated World Heavyweight Championship. A tournament will be held on whatever brand gets that title, and we will see the finals conclude at Backlash in 4 weeks' time. Tonight we will see 3 rounds total. The first and third round will be for singles superstars, and the second round will be exclusively for tag teams and stables. And last but not least, before we kick this show off with some action, let me introduce you all to the general managers of Raw and SmackDown right now.
Well, it's time to find out who the general managers are. Who are they? Oh man, what an epic choice. Mrs. Foley's baby boy, repping Team Red, the Red brand. I'm not surprised about this after his performance. Oh man, you've got to be kidding me. Holla, holla, player. It is Teddy Long, Theodore Long. He was an iconic manager, general manager back in the day for SmackDown. And he's back, Foley and Long, to represent Raw and SmackDown. This crowd is correct, ladies and gentlemen. This is awesome. These two are absolute legends. Absolutely amazing stuff. For Foley especially, it doesn't surprise me considering he refereed a hellacious match between Moxley and Rollins at WrestleMania Night 1.
Gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight on this special night. Ladies and gents, your Raw General Manager is the hardcore legend Mick Foley, and your SmackDown General Manager is Teddy Long. I know these two will hold it down on Monday and Friday nights. Now let's get into this show.
Wait just a second. Ain't no way the CEO is getting interrupted. That is the music of Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF. This is a pleasant surprise, ladies and gentlemen. What does this man want? And there he is, MJF, and if you look close, ladies and gentlemen, he's got a hat on. Remember, we saw back on WrestleMania Night 1, we saw MJF lose to his opponent John Cena. He was forced to have his head shaved bald, and he has a hat on though right now. He looks really weird. I can't lie to you. That hat makes him look dumb. But you gotta understand, and I understand, he was forced to have his hair shaved, and he doesn't want this crowd to see him.
You dipshits better shut up right now and show some respect. You're chanting, "I look stupid." You know who really looked stupid. The Memphis Grizzlies this past NBA season, they absolutely sucked.
Hey Max, hey, two questions. One, why are you out here? And two, what's with the funny looking hat?
First off, Hunter, you know that piece of crap John Cena wrongfully humiliated me at WrestleMania. And second off, I don't care about the results of that. These smelly sweat hogs in Memphis don't deserve to see me bald. I'm out here to simply send everyone a message. Despite the result of Mania, I still strongly advise both general managers to draft me very quickly and very high up because I am a high commodity, and as you once said, Trips, I am that damn good.
If you're that damn good, why are you out here with a hat to cover your bald head? Seems like John Cena had your number, if anything.
Trust me, if Cena was here, I'd slap him right in the face. No one will ever see me bald again. Never, ever.
MJF trying to spoil this great moment, and hold on, Maxwell. You say you'll slap Cena in his face? Well, here he is, the leader of C Nation, John Cena, the man who bested you at WrestleMania, now going right after MJF. Cena wasting no time. He's got MJF up. And the attitude adjustment. Just like what happened at WrestleMania. John Cena trying to humiliate MJF. Maxwell is down. And now Cena, wait a minute. Cena, he's grabbing at the hat. Cena grabs at the hat. Oh no. Then he takes it off. Oh my gosh. Someone cover up that large dome, please. My goodness. He indeed looks stupid. John Cena humiliating Maxwell Jacob Friedman here tonight. After Friedman tried to spoil this welcome party for Mick Foley and Teddy Long. And now Cena throws MJF over the top rope like he's a piece of garbage. The leader of the C Nation is locked in and ready for the draft, folks. Will he be drafted later today? Oh no. Wait just a second. No way. This can't be real. Pinch me, I must be dreaming. This is the music of evolution, which could only mean one thing, and that thing is that Randy Orton and Batista are here. The two men who gave Cena pep talk at WrestleMania Night 1. But in turn, it was a trick. They tried to cost Cena his career during the match and help MJF, but the mission was not successful, as Cena is still standing here today, able to compete in the ring. But it doesn't change the fact that Orton and Batista tried to cost Cena his career after giving him a pep talk. After trying to give him a pep talk, they tried to screw him over, and now they're here. They're here to interrupt John Cena.
Hello there, John. It's nice to see you. Hopefully soon enough it'll be the last time we see you in a ring.
Look, I've known you guys a long time, and that stunt you tried to pull at WrestleMania was something you will regret forever, trust me. But it's all good, because now you gotta cope with the fact that it didn't work. You guys failed, and now I will stop at nothing at getting my vengeance on you two. Especially you, Randy. You have an ass-kicking of a lifetime coming your way. And you were right at Mania when you said I can dig into my ruthless side, and now you'll be the recipient of it.
Calm down, tough guy. We aren't here to get physical tonight. The truth is, we are glad you still won at WrestleMania, because your career shouldn't end at the hands of MJF. Your career will end on my terms, John. In fact, we don't even want your career to end today, next week, or even next month at Backlash, which is why right now I want to make history and challenge you to a match. A match next year at WrestleMania Tokyo. You and me. Orton versus Cena, one last time live in the Tokyo Dome.
Next year? In Tokyo?
You're on. You and me next year live in Tokyo. It's gonna go down, and I'm gonna kick your slithery snake ass. You can even bring Devon's lackey with you if you want.
Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, Cena versus Orton. One last time. And this crowd is going crazy. And it's all gonna go down this season in Tokyo at next year's WrestleMania, live in the Tokyo Dome. It's on. Cena and Orton one last time. And it is confirmed 11 months in advance. And now Cena and Orton extends a hand, and Cena shakes. It is official. Wow. This is absolutely wild, ladies and gentlemen. It is now time to kick off the WWE Draft with a singles match. Some championship action. Gunther, the brand new IWGP Heavyweight Champion, and the Intercontinental Champion will defend both titles against this man right here, right now. It's crazy that we recently were just at WrestleMania live in Chicago, but now we've already got a match confirmed for WrestleMania Tokyo next year. But that is so far away. It's now time to focus on the present. This is the present right now. This man right here, Wardlow, the man who earned this title shot here tonight when he beat 3 of the very best wrestlers in the business at WrestleMania in a fatal 4-way elimination match when he defeated Andrade El Idolo, Swerve Strickland, and Samoa Joe. And he's also coming off of a big win over his former protege, his former pro, Bobby Roode, at the Royal Rumble. But there's one issue, folks. His opponent here tonight is a man who recently became the new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion when he defeated the Rainmaker on the grandest stage of them all back on night 1. Gunther, the leader of Imperium, who is now 2-belt Gunther, 2 championships. Gunther is collecting these championships like there's no tomorrow. He beat AJ Styles back at Survivor Series last year to win and retire the United States Championship, and now he currently holds the IWGP title and the Intercontinental title. Gunther looks locked in. Gunther has been through war, and so has Wardlow. But this is what it's all about. Gunther now has an even bigger boat anchor on his shoulders, being a double champion now. Because now Gunther has to defend not 1, but 2 championships. And yes, Triple H did indeed, folks, in the opening, that Gunther, whatever brand he's drafted to, he has an exclusive contract with Japan to compete overseas to pull double duty as the double champion. But this is what it's all about. Both titles. But Gunther, if he loses tonight, he might not even make it overseas. He has to get past Wardlow right now. The bell goes off. Here we go, kicking off the draft with an Intercontinental and IWGP title match. Both titles on the line. Wardlow getting a big opportunity on a big stage here. The first match of UniverseMode Season 2 happens right now, folks, if you're in the live chat. Once again, thank you for joining me here. We hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Who do you got if you're in the chat? Who takes home both titles here tonight? Will Gunther be able to retain? Or will Wardlow win the title as he levels Gunther with a massive super kick right out the gate? And I'd say these two are pretty strong in their own ways. Gunther's going to have those chops, but Wardlow with a chop of his own. But now Gunther with a kick. Oh man, and an overhand chop right to the chest. We all know that's the offense that Gunther likes to do. That slow, maniacal torture. Those chops. The chop offense. But Wardlow's going to have something to say about it. Wardlow has been looking very dominant as of late. No one has been able to stop this man. But you can make the same case for Gunther. And now Gunther with another overhand chop. Those chops already being put to good use from Yaring General. And there he is, showboating. You have to wonder, with Gunther being double champion, if his stock is relatively high. And oh man, Wardlow catches him. Oh, backbreaker. Outside the ring. It's a pretty dangerous situation right now outside the ring. And now Wardlow gets him up. But Gunther's able to counter. Oh man, and chop block right to the leg. Gunther sometimes is known for going after the legs too, going after the limbs, limb targeting. That could come into play, and it could be a good strategy to keep a man like Wardlow down. And now Gunther looking for power, but wait a minute, oh my goodness. Gunther getting flipped over like he's nothing. With a back body drop on the outside. That was not a good landing, and now a belly to belly. from Wardlow into that cold hard ground outside, that outside mat. And now grabbing Gunther, and now back into the ring goes Wardlow. Wardlow looking for some championship gold here, goes for the cover. Can he get it? And no, Gunther able to kick out. Gunther able to stay in it thus far. But can Wardlow keep on the offense? And it runs at him, runs straight into a German suplex from the ring general. Gunther may have just turned the tides in this matchup. And now Gunther has whip into the corner. And now a massive chop once again. Knife edge chop and another one. What's Gunther thinking now? And now Irish whip into the opposite corner. Once again, more knife edge chops. And now Gunther hanging up Wardlow over the top rope. And now what's he thinking? And now shoving the boot into the throat. Trying to incapacitate Wardlow over the top rope. Wardlow is in some serious trouble right now, ladies and gentlemen. It is not looking good for War Dog. War Dog gonna have to come to grips and try and get back to that mentality he had back at the Royal Rumble when he hit Bobby Roode with the Powerbomb Symphony. So many powerbombs were landed on Bobby Roode to the point where you could have had a drinking game, and you could probably play one now with the chops from Gunther as he hits him with that uppercut. And now Gunther, speaking of the chops, here we go again as he levels Wardlow. He's going to do a lot to keep Wardlow down in this matchup. More chops to the chest. Wardlow's chest is definitely going to be pounding as he can sure as hell feel those chops. Chop after chop on Wardlow. And another one, this time knocking him down real good. Wardlow might be losing his senses. I wouldn't be surprised if his chest starts to become beet red. And now wait a minute. The Boston Crab. Elevated Boston Crab. But no. Wardlow overpowers Gunther and takes him off like he's nothing in a massive shoulder tackle. That's what Wardlow's going to have to do. He's going to have to dig deep and fight in. And now Wardlow looking to mount his comeback. Back body drop. Wardlow's on fire, folks. And a massive spine buster to the ring general. Wardlow is getting into it. Wardlow making his comeback here. And now Wardlow, he's got Gunther up. Wait a minute, Gunther. No. F10 to Gunther. Spins him off like he's a rag doll. That's a big man. Is that it? No, Gunther kicks out. But did you see the way that Wardlow spun Gunther like he was a rag doll? What the hell? And now Wardlow gets him up in the power slam position. Wardlow marching around the ring. Can he connect it? But no. Oh, and once again to the leg. Once again to the leg. Gunther targeting that leg now. And now Gunther looking for the powerbomb, but no. Wardlow counters with a back body drop, flipping him over. And now what's Wardlow looking for? Into the center of the ring. And now gets him up. Power slam to the ring general. Wardlow is feeling himself. And now, kick to the gut. Now Wardlow looking for a power, but no, now Gunther. It's like a cat and mouse game. Back-to-back counters. Neither man can land their respective powerbombs, but the last symphony is landed by Gunther. Is that it? And no, Wardlow kicks out. Neither man has been able to land a powerbomb, but Gunther landed the last symphony, but it was indeed not the last, as Wardlow was able to power out of it and kick out. Wardlow is still in this, folks. He's a fighter. But now Gunther. Shotgun drop kick into the corner. Oh no. Wardlow is not in a good place. Gunther goes to the top. He goes flying, but nobody home. Looking for that splash off the top. that helped put an end to Okada back at WrestleMania. But now Wardlow with the power bomb. Wardlow lands his power bomb. Is Wardlow gonna capitalize? Can he do it? Now Wardlow goes to the top. Wardlow. Swanton bomb. Is that it? No, that's not it. A beautiful swanton off the top. Wardlow so athletic, but it didn't put away Gunther. And now Gunther's laughing maniacally, just like at WrestleMania when he laughed at Okada. It's almost like taking excruciating pain. Only helps out Gunther, and now Wardlow's back gives out. And the lariat from hell. A massive lariat to Wardlow. And oh no, Gunther goes to the top. Body splash. A man that size should not be flying off the top. But Gunther's not done. Gunther looking to land an exclamation point on Wardlow. And now Gunther. Oh no, not this again. Here we go again. Wardlow going for a ride. And the power bomb from the top rope. Power bomb. Gunther retains the championships. What a hard-hitting bout, ladies and gentlemen. Wardlow was locked in, but it was not enough. Another super avalanche powerbomb as an exclamation point. Another one to end one of Gunther's opponents. Gunther has retained both the Intercontinental and IWGP heavyweight titles. This man's draft stock has got to be through the roof right now. Man, oh man, what a match to open up the draft. But ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments' time, we're going to get into round one of the draft, which is the first singles pool. Let's get it, and congrats to Gunther. Well, folks, in just a few moments' time, the draft will officially begin. Remember, we've got 3 rounds happening this draft. The first round will be a singles pool between the men and the women's. The second round will be the tag teams and stables pool. And the third round later on tonight will be the second singles pool. So this should be exciting. The rules are on the screen. If you need to pause to read, you can go ahead. Remember, certain stars will be having forbidden door contracts in this draft. WWE is collaborating for the first time in history with NJPW and TNA Impact Wrestling. And you've got certain superstars who are indeed locked in and cannot be selected, such as the tag team champions. But who will be drafted number 1 overall? Who is it? And of course it is the new WWE Undisputed Champion. The Cult of Personality, CM Punk, gets drafted number 1 to Raw. This is not too surprising, as he was able to defeat Omega and Hangman. It's going to be interesting what he brings to Monday nights, but who will be number 2 overall for SmackDown? And it's a special 2-way contract. The IWGP and Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, Gunther, drafted to SmackDown and New Japan Pro Wrestling. The ring general certainly has his hands full, but who will be number 3? The WWE Women's Champion, who retained against Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania. The Empress of Today, Asuka. She is sure to bring the fight to Monday nights. That should be epic. Who will be drafted number 4th? Oh, the CEO of the women's division, Mercedes Moné, formerly known as Sasha Banks. It's going to be interesting to see what she brings to SmackDown this season. Who will go next in the draft, folks? Number 5. Hangman Adam Page, and you know he's got to be pissed about being unsuccessful in the triple threat at WrestleMania. We're going to see what happens with Hangman as he gets drafted to Team Red. Who is next up in the draft, ladies and gentlemen? Seth freaking Rollins to the blue brand. A very high commodity. He was unsuccessful against Jon Moxley at WrestleMania, but he's Seth freaking Rollins. What's there to say? Of course you would pick him. These first 10 to 15 are really crucial draft picks, ladies and gentlemen. And number 7 for Raw. Seth Rollins' wife, Becky Lynch, separated from him, but the man is sure to kick ass on Monday nights. Who will be drafted at number 8, ladies and gentlemen, for the blue brand? Oh man, Jordan Grace, another two-way contract, drafted to SmackDown and TNA Impact Wrestling. If you haven't seen this woman, ladies and gentlemen, she is so impressive. She is built, and she's going to bring the fight and the weights to SmackDown. Drafted number 9, the WWE Television Champion, who overcame all the odds and defeated Bron Breakker at WrestleMania. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Dragon Lee, one of, if not the best luchadors on the whole planet. He brings the high-flying action to the red brand. Number 10, another two-way contract. Okada recently had a 13-month title reign with the IWGP title. He brings his talents to SmackDown, and he stays with NJPW. Okada's an absolute legend, but who's the legend that'll be drafted next? Oh, Randy Orton, the man who we found out earlier tonight will face John Cena next year at WrestleMania in Tokyo, but he gets drafted to the red brand at number 11. The Viper looking to get back with some momentum. Who's drafted at number 12? Oh man, and this is a bit of a conundrum, folks. John Cena drafted at number 12 to SmackDown, but he and Orton are supposed to fight at WrestleMania next year. How will they get to each other if they're not on the same brand? Kind of sucks for both of them as they were looking forward to their match. We'll see what happens there. But Jade Cargill drafted number 13 to Raw. She's coming off of a massive win, breaking the WrestleMania win streak of Bianca Belair. Back at WrestleMania Chicago, Jade Cargill is going to be on Team Red. Who's next, folks? Number 14. The former leader of Damage Control. Doesn't seem like it anymore as Bayley has been drafted number 14 to SmackDown as a single star all alone. What's going to happen to our former Damage Control sisters? We're going to find out. Next up, number 15, the American Nightmare, the winner of the Eddie Guerrero Memorial Cup, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is going to bring the honor and prestige of Eddie Guerrero and his father, Dusty Rhodes, to the red brand. Who gets drafted next at number 16? Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, who has a big-time win over the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, under his belt now. What a win, and he's bringing his talents to Team Blue. Pretty stacked roster thus far for both brands. And now it gets even more stacked with the veteran presence on Raw. On Monday nights, the Rated R Superstar will be there. Edge will be on Raw. Who will be drafted number 18? The Samoan Submission Machine, a total badass, Samoa Joe, a veteran, but definitely worth it as a talent. SmackDown's got something truly special with this man. But who will be drafted next up? Number 19, AJ Lee, ladies and gentlemen. AJ Lee is back. The wife of CM Punk. She is back. And she is headed to the red brand. What a shocking surprise. That is awesome, ladies and gentlemen. So happy for her. It's great to see her back. Oh, but SmackDown claps back hard with Bianca Belair at number 20, the EST. She may have lost to Jade Cargill at WrestleMania, but she's still the damn EST at the end of the day. Who doesn't like them some EST? I sure do. And next up at number 21, the chosen one, the Scottish Terminator, the Scottish Psychopath, Drew McIntyre. You have to wonder how he's feeling after his Click leader Shawn Michaels lost at WrestleMania. I wonder what he's going to do about that. But next up at number 22, making his debut in the series, the Mad Dragon, Ilya Dragunov. This man is sure to make some noise. If you haven't seen this man, you're in for a treat. The Mad Dragon is on Team Blue. Number 23, Liv Morgan here. My goodness. Liv Morgan looking great as always. Number 23 to Raw. Let's get it. Good job, Mick Foley. Mick Foley has good taste. That's for sure. Next up at number 24, another one making their series debut. Teddy Long selects Roxanne Perez at number 24. Hopefully she can make some noise in Season 2. Welcome to SmackDown, Roxanne. Who's next up? Number 25, MJF. And as you can see, brand new silhouette, brand new render. Him with a hat, because he does not want anyone to see him bald. Although we saw him bald earlier tonight because of John Cena. And next up, Swerve at number 26. Drafted to SmackDown, a hell of a talent. A Swerve when I drive, that's right. Yeah, get freaky, man. Oh yeah, a Swerve when I drive. And oh man, what a draft pick at number 27. The recently debuted Julia. She is specifically on Team Red after making her debut at WrestleMania to confront the winner of the Chyna Memorial Battle Royal, Kris Statlander. But who's next at 28? Hikaru Shida. SmackDown claps back with another amazing talent out of the continent of Asia in Hikaru Shida. Who is next, ladies and gentlemen, at number 29? Kevin Owens, the man who turned his back at WrestleMania. Salty loser, a sore loser. Turned on Cody Rhodes. He joins the American Nightmare on the red brand at number 29. Kevin Owens is definitely talented, there's no doubt about that. But who's number 30? Who closes off round 1? Zack Sabre Jr. makes his series debut. After being in the Royal Rumble months ago, he's on SmackDown and New Japan Pro Wrestling. This is amazing. Well, it seems MJF is certainly happy that he didn't get drafted on the same brand as John Cena. But he still looks ridiculous with that hat. So I'm not going to cut him slack at all. Remember, at WrestleMania, he called me fat. So now, I'm going to retaliate and call him bald. There's the ring general, Gunther.
Before you ask, allow me to just automatically answer yes. I heard and saw I got drafted first overall. Yeah, I think it's great. I got respect for Mick Foley, and I'm sure the Raw roster will be hunting me for my title. I'm prepared to keep proving I'm the best in the world, and on Monday nights, I'm going to bring the hot fire. I actually just got off the phone with Mick, and he's given me the go-ahead to kick off the Raw after WrestleMania. See you then.
Well, you heard it here first. CM Punk kicks off the Raw after WrestleMania live in Chicago. After winning the championship, he will kick off on the red brand. Should be interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for some more championship action, as it's time to see the next big thing. The former WWE television champion and honorary member of the Dangerous Alliance, Bron Breakker. Bron Breakker finally got toppled back at WrestleMania Chicago on night 2. After months of never losing, Bron Breakker had an undefeated streak. He won on a Goldberg-esque streak, not losing to anyone, ending matches in minutes. That was until he met Dragon Lee in that ring at WrestleMania. It was a hard-fought competitive match, but Dragon Lee was able to overcome all the odds, and Bron Breakker is now very angry. Very angry. And on WrestleMania Night 1, he was assaulted by the Fatu brothers, who debuted after his teammate Jon Moxley beat Seth Rollins inside Hell in a Cell. They tried to assault Mick Foley, but then Breakker was assaulted back. But if there's any lesson to be learned here, folks, it's this. It is indeed this. That is the fact that Bron Breakker might have taken Dragon Lee a little too lightly. He was a little too comfortable, and Dragon Lee was able to knock him off his spot on top of the mountain, because now there's a new television champion in WWE, and Dragon Lee got drafted number 9 to Raw. So if Dragon Lee is able to successfully defend, he will keep that title on Raw. But if Bron Breakker is able to beat him tonight, then who knows what happens. Because Breakker has not been drafted yet, but it'll be interesting to see where he gets drafted. But Dragon Lee is ready. And I know Bron Breakker probably won't make the same mistake twice. He definitely will be on his A game this time. He won't take Dragon Lee very lightly no more. But that's what happens sometimes. Sometimes you take your opponent lightly, and they end up slapping you upside your head and beating you. That's exactly what happened. The underdog overcame the big dog. No pun intended. For what Roman Reigns and the Fatus did to Bron Breakker and Jon Moxley. But this is what this one's all about. A WrestleMania rematch for the television title. Bron Breakker gets his second chance. He gets another chance to get this title back and bring it back to the Dangerous Alliance. Bell goes off here in the live chat. Who gets the win as Breakker already? Dragon Lee ducks the clothesline, and the match already begins. Springboard offense from Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee's gonna have to use that lucha style of action to his advantage here, because that's part of the reason why he was able to overcome Bron Breakker back at WrestleMania. He's got to do so again tonight. But I'm sure Bron Breakker is even more on his feet today, especially after losing his coveted title that he held for many, many months. But if you're in the live chat, who do you got to win this? Dragon Lee with springboard clothesline. Who do you got to win this? Now Dragon Lee already at the top, and a Dragon Run already. Oh, but Breakker kicks out at 1. This beast kicks out at 1, man. It's pretty wild. Who do you got for in the live chat? Dragon Lee or Bron Breakker? Oh, Breakker able to miss and move out the way, and he hits him with a double axe handle to the back. And now Steiner line. Vicious clothesline from Breakker. And another one. Bron Breakker. And look at the intensity of Bron. The intensity. This is what makes him so good in that ring. And now Bron Breakker with a huge Falcon's arrow. As his advocate, Paul Heyman, is with him once again here tonight. Paul Heyman funded the Dangerous Alliance. Who's back in WCW. Oh, but now Lee pops him up with a powerbomb. And now Paul Heyman has brought it back to life, trying to revive the careers of certain superstars. And now Paul Heyman, speaking of, that fat walrus providing a distraction, and now Breakker with a German suplex, allowing Breakker to get an advantage here. And now Breakker, oh, but Dragon Lee with a kick right to the midsection. The television champion is definitely on high alert here. But Dragon Lee now knows that he can topple Bron Breakker. Will he be able to do it again here tonight? To make it 2 times. But Bron Breakker moves and nobody's home. And now Breakker gets Dragon Lee up on his shoulders. Oh, and a power slam to the outside. Just tossing Dragon Lee like a rag doll. Throwing him over the top like he's nothing. And I'm sure to Bron Breakker, he weighs nothing. And look out, Bron Breakker flying through the air. Like Tracy McGrady on the Magic. Just like Prime T-Mac. And now Breakker going to the top. Oh no, he's looking to fly again. But nobody home this time. Dragon Lee able to counter that. And now Dragon Lee goes to the top. That's his forte. And he goes off the top. Double axe handle to the head. But Lee now has got a crazed look in his eye. Lee off the ropes. And now the suicide dive through the ropes. My goodness. Look out, Bron Breakker. Lee is athletic. He does the lucha style very well. One of the best luchadors on this planet. And Bron Breakker might be taught another lesson in respect here tonight. Massive DDT. But oh, Bron Breakker would move out the way, but Dragon Lee still catches him a little bit. And there he goes. Connects with it fully that time. And now, off the top. Looking for a double foot stomp, and no. And now another Steiner line. That power and aggression from Bron Breakker is undeniable. And now Breakker. Overhead exploder suplex. The just tenaciousness and the viciousness of Bron Breakker is unmatched here. And once again, another overhead exploder suplex. The wrestling business is in Bron Breakker's DNA. He's better than most at his age. And now Bron Breakker props him up. And now what's Breakker thinking here? Breakker goes to the top. Wait a minute. And now Avalanche Hurricane Rana from Breakker. This man is an athletic freak of nature. An athletic specimen. Is that it? And no, it's not enough. Lee is able to kick out. Bron Breakker getting a little frustrated here. Don't let the temper get ahead of you though, Bron. Don't let it get the best of you. Stay on the action. And now Breakker, could he be looking for that jackhammer that he's been using ever since he took out Goldberg at Survivor Series? But no, Dragon Lee counters. And now what's this? Lee. Folding up Bron. And drives him right to the mat. And look at how he's bent. Is that it? No, Breakker kicks out. Look at the way his back and neck bent. Dragon Lee with a rare power move. Able to muscle up Bron over his head. That was impressive. And now that fat, slimy walrus once again. But now Dragon Lee was 2 steps ahead of Bron. And what's Lee thinking here? Lee now. Looking for a Dragon Rana, but he gets caught. Powerbomb by Breakker. Gets caught in midair. And now Bron with a third exploder suplex. Another one. This man will not let up. He will not give. And no, not again. And again. My goodness, Bron showing no mercy right now. Dragon Lee trying to escape for leverage, and no, not these. The clubbing blows to the back of the head, pushing Dragon Lee's face into the mat. Good God. Dragon Lee could be in serious trouble here. And now Bron Breakker off the ropes. Hurricane Rana. A man that size should not be able to do that. But Dragon Lee refuses to quit. He refuses to stay down. Dragon Lee's got fight too. Dragon Lee's got heart. And he showed it at WrestleMania. He's showing it here tonight. But Breakker's lining him up, looking for a spear. But oh, Dragon Lee intercepts. Trying to mount his comeback into this matchup and a kick right to the head. I think Breakker's been split open. But Breakker, of course, is a shark. He might be, when he gets bloodied, that might be the end for his opponent. But now he's tied up here in the Tree of Woe. And now Dragon Lee to the top. And the double foot stomp. Tied up in the Tree of Woe. Dragon Lee's on fire. And now Paul Heyman again distracting. That's the third time. The third time Heyman interjects into this match. And now the referee sees it. And he tells that fat walrus to get out of here. Yeah. Get out of here, Paul. Get out of here, you fat, ugly walrus. Get out of here. Heyman's been ejected, folks. It is now mano a mano. But now, wait a minute. Breakker's going to spear this guy in half. He's going to tear him apart. Looking for the spear. But Dragon Lee intercepts. Spirit bomb by Dragon Lee. Is that it? No. Breakker kicks out. It is not over. But now Dragon Lee setting up. Dragon Lee. And oh no, the ref gets knocked out. But now Breakker with the spear. The spear while the ref was down. The referee is hurt, folks. The ref is down. And there we go. The ref is out of this. The ref been taking a lot of ref bumps lately. This is not good for either man. The ref is down. And now anything can happen. Breakker looking to finish Lee off. And wait a minute, who the hell? What the? That's Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu. Samoan drop. Jacob Fatu debuted at WrestleMania to take out Breakker and Moxley with Roman Reigns. Moonsault. Jacob Fatu is here. Fatu is here to wreak havoc. He's taking the fight to Breakker. This is not good. What's Fatu got up his sleeve? The Samoan werewolf going to town, but now he's taking apart the announce table. The referee's down, so he's not seeing any of this go down. And now Jacob Fatu sets him up on the table. Oh no, this is not good. Bron Breakker's not in a good place. Oh my! Splash through the table. The Samoan werewolf takes out Breakker. Jacob Fatu wrecks everything and then leaves. Just like his new ally Roman Reigns did a few years ago. And now Lee gets back to his feet and the referee's in the ring now. And now Lee looking to finish off Breakker. Bicycle knee strike. The television champion looking to finish off Breakker. No Paul Heyman in sight. And now vertical suplex powerbomb. Turning Breakker inside out. Driving Breakker's back into the canvas. And now Lee getting fired up. Dragon Lee. And the Operation Dragon. Can he do it? And Lee does it. Lee is victorious once again. This time thanks to a lending hand from Jacob Fatu. Fatu screws over Breakker here tonight. It's a Memphis screw job. Man, oh man. What a moment, but the fact is, Dragon Lee retains. And he is still the TV champion. And he will still reside on Monday nights. But will Bron Breakker get drafted? The Dangerous Alliance cannot be happy about this. Things are not going their way right now. Bron Breakker unsuccessful in his quest to get his title back. Welcome back, folks. We are back for round 2 of the draft. This time it's tag teams and stables. Remember, the tag champions will be on both brands. Feast on Our Glory is ineligible. But who will be drafted number 1 for teams and stables? Who will it be? And it is the Dangerous Alliance, perhaps the most powerful group in professional wrestling today. Paul Heyman with Bron Breakker, Jon Moxley, Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Stark. An elite group on Friday nights. But number 2 claps back with a classic. The Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish. Where's the lie? They're ready for Mondays. Number 3, the Bloodline 2.0. Making their presence felt at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns and the Fatu brothers reside on Friday nights. But who will be drafted number 4? And it is the rest of Damage Control, separated from Bayley. They don't have to deal with her psychotic ass as she's on SmackDown. As we found out earlier tonight, Damage Control goes number 4. But who gets drafted next? Oh, what a surprise! Making their series debut, the Motor City Machine Guns at number 5 to the blue brand. What a team to select and sign. Good job, Triple H. Bravo. But number 6, Raw, Mick Foley claps back by getting hashtag DIY Gargano and Ciampa ready to be Team Red. Who's next up? The United Elite at number 7 with the former WWE Undisputed Champion Kenny Omega, along with the Young Bucks and the aerial assassin Will Ospreay, with Eazy-E as their manager. Chaos awaits on SmackDown, but what about Raw? Another surprise tag team, the Kings of Wrestling, to make their debut on Raw. Chris Hero and Claudio Castagnoli. They're coming to Monday nights. The Kings of Wrestling. But at number 9, the Bullet Club Gold. Jay White, Juice Robinson, and the Good Brothers. Jay White coming off a monumental win at WrestleMania against AJ Styles. Jay White and his crew resides on Team Blue. And a new tag team for the series. The Lucha Bros at number 10 to the red brand, looking to bring high-flying action. Plenty of Canadian destroyers to be given out soon, I'm sure. Let's just not hope they're back-to-back. But at number 11, FTR, a veteran tag team at this point. Former WWE Tag Team Champions. They may have lost the titles, but they are still high-ranking. They're still a high commodity, so SmackDown snags them. Same brand as the Young Bucks. Number 12, the Final Testament, a dangerous group. Karrion Kross, Scarlett, Damian Priest, Jada McDonough, and Finn Balor, an elite group on Monday nights. Number 13, Imperium, and yes, it is now confirmed Imperium is going to stay with Gunther. They're going to stay together on Team Blue. Imperium looking to rule the world on Friday nights. But what about the pick at number 14? The New Day. The power of positivity. Selected to Raw. Big E, Xavier Woods, and Kofi. There's plenty of pancakes that'll be thrown on Monday nights. Wonder if the crowd will be ready to catch them. But now, Team Angle, number 15 of SmackDown, the Creeds, and the Alpha Academy, managed by their trainer, Kurt Angle. It'll be interesting to see if Chad Gable can bounce back this season. And at number 16, Team 420, they're going to be smoking it up. They're going to be bringing their blunts to Monday nights. Riddle and RVD. It should be interesting to see them on the red brand, folks. Number 17, a new tag team that recently formed backstage. Fraxium, Axiom, and Nathan Frazier. Sure to bring the high-flying action and the technical work rate on SmackDown. A-Town Down Under, same deal. A new tag team that was created backstage. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, two cocky son of a bitches, going to Raw. Austin Theory has a record for being eliminated in the Royal Rumble very quickly. And at number 19, the former Bloodline, now known as Main Event Hitmen, Main Event Jey Uso, No Yeet Jimmy Uso, and the quote-unquote self-proclaimed new tribal chief Solo Sikoa on SmackDown. But on Raw, you can expect to see at number 20, the Mysterios, La Familia, Rey and Dominic Mysterio. Next up at number 21, the Viking Raiders. Man, oh man, the intensity they're going to bring to Friday nights. They're going to be off the walls. It's going to be off the chains. Especially Ivar. It's going to be interesting to see what he can do. Oh, and some fresh new blood. Gallus. This Scottish unit drafted to Raw number 22. Some new blood getting drafted in the mix, making their series debut. Number 23, the Street Profits. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man. The Street Profits hanging out partying. They're gonna bring the party to Friday nights. And they're gonna bring all the smoke. Not like RVD and Riddle, but you know what I mean. And Legado del Fantasma, drafted number 24. Santos Escobar along with Los Lotharios and the rest of Legado. And who was the last pick? Number 25, the last pick of round 2. The Authors of Pain, returning to WWE with Paul Ellering. They're sure to bring a path of destruction with them. Seems like Bayley is definitely not too happy after being drafted. I mean, I'd be happy if I were drafted number 1. And wait a minute, now she's throwing stuff backstage. She's throwing a hissy fit. Bayley angry that she got separated from Damage Control. And she can no longer possibly get her hands on Io Sky. Io Sky technically got the last laugh if you want to be technical. Unfortunate for Bayley, but right now it's giving crazy vibes. And these two just so full of themselves. These two just stink. Straight up, these two just stink. Moving on.
I'm so glad we got drafted to SmackDown, and we don't have to see that piece of shit Mick Foley every week. Now it's time to get to business. Bron, you gotta get back to winning, dude. And Ronda and Chyna aren't exempt either. It may be time for some evaluation because this season we will not be stopped by any means necessary. Paul, your first task is to go get me into that World Heavyweight Championship tournament as soon as possible.
Yes, my purveyor of violence, yes indeed, I will get it done.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready. Get ready because it is now time six-figure main event. It is time to see some women's championship action. You better be prepared to see this fight between two of the top female athletes in this whole planet. Kris Statlander won the Chyna Memorial Battle Royal back at WrestleMania, and she requested her title shot to be right here live tonight against the new Women's North American Champion. Statlander wanted to go right at Mommy. We're going to see if her plan works out, though. Statlander is also built really good. Statlander ready for a fight. But she has to deal with Mommy Rhea Ripley, the woman who won the new Women's North American title off of Shayna Baszler in the Best of 5 series. Rhea Ripley was able to win this new championship that was created to basically be the women's mid-card title of this promotion. And with a third women's title in the picture, that only means that more stuff like this can happen, where the spotlight gets put on these great ladies who go out there and kill it every single week. But Rhea Ripley has an interesting title defense for her first defense in Kris Statlander. Both of these ladies are very good at what they do. They're very good in that ring. But there can only be one victor here tonight. It says on Mommy's shirt, she's always on top. But will she be able to be on top tonight and retain this championship? What a night it has been. A night full of matchups and draft picks. We've hoped you've enjoyed yourselves here tonight. If you did, please consider commenting, and subscribing if you're new, because the action is going to keep rolling on here on the NR23 channel. Season 2 is underway, and we've got the Raw and SmackDown after WrestleMania live from Chicago coming up. A little more info later on soon. But that's later on. This is now. It's all about the Women's North American title. A new title that'll have a new brand of lineage. Will Kris Statlander be the next champion, or will Rhea Ripley's reign continue? We're about to find out in a few moments' time. This should be a good one, folks. Two tremendous athletes performing their craft, all for the championship. Let's get it. And the bell goes off. Here we go, folks, with two of the greatest athletes in the women's division here. Kris Statlander making an impact, making a name for herself back at WrestleMania when she won the Chyna Memorial Battle Royal. But Rhea Ripley also accomplished something really great, and that is becoming the first ever Women's North American Champion in this series. But now here we go. The first women's mid-card matchup and title defense of this season. Plenty more to come, and Rhea Ripley already with a powerbomb. Ladies and gentlemen, this championship is to showcase that the women can also be workhorses. Oh my goodness, and a power slam already. Kris Statlander already going to work. Oh man, but Mommy gets the knees up. Rhea Ripley, what better to represent the new women's title than Mommy Rhea Ripley? And now Rhea with the Irish whip into the opposite corner. Looking for an elbow, but no. And now Statlander lands an elbow. Main event time. Who do you got if you're in the chat? Who walks out as the Women's North American Champion here tonight? Oh my goodness, and Rhea Ripley throws her up. What comes up must come down. As Statlander with a brutal landing on the mat. But Statlander counters with a kick. And now Statlander looking to use springboard offense, moonsault, landing on Rhea Ripley. And now Statlander once again. Another one. Kris Statlander is built. Drop toe hold. Great athleticism on the part of Statlander. But Rhea Ripley able to counter. And Ripley looking for a full Nelson. But no. Stat getting out of it. It's Mommy versus Stat. Who you got? Statlander goes to the middle rope. Can she connect and double axial? But no. Rhea Ripley able to get the fist up and strike her in the midsection. Now a big boot right to the face. Now Ripley, clothesline. Picks her up again. Another clothesline. These short arm clotheslines. Right to Statlander. Rolls through. Drop kick. Mommy is laser focused. Can she do it? And no. Rhea Ripley is definitely more focused. She recently just went to war with Shayna Baszler at WrestleMania. That was a great match, but Kris Statlander is a different beast than Shayna. They're both great, but Statlander is different in her own right. Rhea Ripley low. Looking. Stand still power slam. Rhea Ripley just feeling herself. The confidence is high after WrestleMania. Why wouldn't it be? The confidence will only go up if she keeps retaining her title, but Statlander might have something to say about that. Statlander fighting back. And now Statlander, dodges the kick. And now a chop. And Ripley now catches her foot. But now Kris does the same. Catches her foot. And now another moonsault this time from the top rope. Springboard offense from the top rope this time. German suplex tossing Mommy around like she's nothing. Statlander is so strong, ladies and gentlemen. Looking to get a roll up. Can she get it? No. That was a close one. Oh, but now Glasgow kiss. Sending Statlander to the outside. And don't get it twisted, folks. Mommy can get a brutal and vicious side to her when she needs to. And I'll send Statlander into the steel steps, feeling herself once again. And out into the barricade. Statlander taking some brutal bumps right now. Into the barricade again, shoulder first this time. And now Ripley gets her back into the ring, Irish whip. What is Rhea thinking? And now Rhea looking to apply. Chin lock. Locked in, grabbing at the face, not even at the chin. Just grabbing the face and stretching it, bending it the opposite direction. Statlander could be in trouble here. Is she going to be forced to tap or submit or give up? Statlander could be fading here, but no. Stat looking to muscle up. And Stat resisting. And Statlander's able to get out of it, thankfully. And now Statlander looking to mount some sort of comeback or string of momentum. Face buster. Face first. Into the mat. And now kick to the gut. And now Statlander with a huge driver right to the mat. Is that it? And Rhea kicks out. What's Statlander gonna do here? He's on fire, calling for Mommy to get back up. And now Irish whip over the ropes. What does Statlander have on her mind? Statlander going through suicide dive. I told you, folks, these ladies can get crazy when they have to. Statlander putting it all on the line for the Women's North American title. And now back in the ring. And now goes to the top. Statlander looking for a moonsault, but nobody home this time. Nobody home. Ripley moves out the way. But now Statlander stays on the offense, but Ripley dodges the kick. And now Rhea Ripley with the strikes and a big boot. Bicycle pump kick. knocking Statlander down silly. And now Rhea could be looking for the Riptide, but no, Statlander counters. And now Statlander, kick to the gut. And oh, gory bomb, but no, she keeps it in, she keeps it locked in. And now, oh no, look at the way Rhea is stretched. Mommy is being stretched by Statlander stretching the body, pulling the legs and arms close together, and just putting her face into the mat. This is not a good position to be in, but Rhea Ripley escapes. Mommy's able to escape, and now the grueling strikes, the forearm strikes, and a super kick from Mommy. Statlander could be in big time trouble now. And now Ripley, what you looking for? And now Mommy, oh no, prism trap applied. It's locked in. Will Statlander give up? Will she be forced to tap here tonight? Is it time to go to sleep for Kris Statlander? Is it over? Is she gonna quit? And no, she powers through. Muscles out of it. And now looking for a tombstone, but no, Rhea Ripley counters. Gets out of it. And now Ripley. Oh no, not this. No. No, not like this. Looking for an exclamation point. Rhea, no. Oh my God, Riptide from the top. Good night, Statlander. And Avalanche Riptide from the middle rope. What a match. And what a try from Kris Statlander, but it wasn't enough. Ripley with a powerful win, a powerful statement. If that's what this title reign is going to consist of, count me in. Mommy is victorious and retains the Women's North American title. What a match between these two great ladies, folks. A nice try for Statlander, but Rhea Ripley is always on top. It is now time to wrap up with the third round, the last round on screen for the WWE Draft. The rest of the draft picks will be drafted off camera, but it is the third round. Remember, Logan Paul and The Rock are ineligible for the singles pool. Who will be drafted? Number 31, Naomi, to SmackDown. SmackDown is going to be feeling the glow as Naomi gets sent to Friday nights. And who will be next at number 32? And it is Jamie Hayter, a new face around these parts. Jamie Hayter making her series debut for the Red Brand at number 32. Who gets drafted at number 33 overall? And it is the phenomenal AJ Styles on a two-way contract. He's drafted to SmackDown, and he's also heading back to his original home in TNA Impact Wrestling. That'll be interesting for sure. Who's next? And up next, the Colossal Bronson Reed at number 34. Big Meat coming to Raw. You gotta wonder what he's feeling about his Clique leader, Shawn Michaels, losing at WrestleMania. We'll have to find out soon. But next, at 35, the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura, taking an unfortunate loss to Will Ospreay at WrestleMania, but he still gets drafted at 35. But at number 36, Raw claps back with someone with a similar background. With their match back at NXT TakeOver Dallas, Sami Zayn gets drafted number 36 to Raw. At number 37, He is him. Carmelo Hayes gets drafted to Friday nights. He gets to show his world and show all of us why he is him. At number 38, Cora Jade. It is time for the generation of Jade on the red brand. And at number 39, Thunder Rosa heads to Team Blue to represent and compete against the best women on the planet for the women's division. Thunder Rosa adds to SmackDown. Speaking of the women's division, the Queen, a veteran at this point, Charlotte Flair, gets drafted number 40 to Raw. The Queen will be back. But at number 4 to SmackDown, Toni Storm is ready to bring the hot fire to Team Blue. Oh my, at number 42, Alexa Bliss is back, ladies and gentlemen. She is back, and she is ready to go to war again in WWE on Team Raw. Mick Foley has good taste. But so does Teddy Long. Game recognizes game. Oh yeah, man. Trick Willie heads to Friday nights. Oh yeah, man. Number 44, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus. What will Sheamus bring to the red brand this season? Number 45, the Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne, straight out of the United Kingdom, drafted to SmackDown. All I know is there are some other UK brethrens on that brand. It'll be interesting to see how Pete Dunne competes with them. And at number 46, a very high commodity, Wardlow. Unfortunately, he lost to Gunther earlier tonight, but that doesn't mean he is still a bad commodity, because he clearly has draft stock and he is heading to Monday nights. At number 47, the recently returned Andrade El Idolo. He competed in the Fatal 4 elimination match back at WrestleMania, and he brings his Hispanic heritage over to Team Blue. Number 48, the almighty Bobby Lashley. He is heading to Raw. Who is next up in the WWE Draft for round 3? Oh, yeah, it's LA Knight. Whose game is it? It's LA Knight's game. Number 49 to SmackDown is LA Knight. He sure as hell had a WrestleMania moment with Stone Cold at WrestleMania Night 2. Oh, wait a minute, I gotta check my notes. What the hell? Number 50, this piece of crap, Chris Jericho? I'm sorry, I gotta talk to Paul Levesque. This is just unacceptable. I can't stand this dude. And now he's on Monday nights, and I have to call this guy every week. Unbelievable, but I'm excited to call this person Tiffany Stratton, number 51, to SmackDown. Great job, Teddy Long, getting us back on track. Mick Foley, I don't know what you're thinking. We gotta have a talk about Jericho. And it's number 52. The Doctor will see you now. Britt Baker, DMD. Britt Baker, a great choice. She is back, and she's coming to Monday nights. Number 53, Shotzi Blackheart. Over to SmackDown. Shotzi Black ready to compete with the best female competitors in the world. Can she make an impact? At number 54, I'm kind of surprised. It seems like Nia Jax is coming back to WWE. She's huge, ladies and gentlemen. She is big. We'll see what impact she has on the red brand this season. What a pick. Number 55, SmackDown, snagging Ricochet. I say snagging because Ricochet is a really solid pick to have on your brand. Let's see what happens when he brings his high-flying ability to SmackDown. Oh, and Mr. Money in the Bank, number 56, Bobby Roode. I almost forgot he's Mr. Money in the Bank. But now that he's on Team Red, it looks like Raw will now be glorious. And at number 57, it's Chelsea Green making her series debut. Chelsea Green is drafted to the blue brand. What will she bring to SmackDown's women's division? We'll have to find out. And at number 58, Mia Yim, Mi Chin, looking to make an impact on Raw. Can she do it? We'll have to find out. Who's next to number 59? We're getting towards the end, folks. Baron Corbin making his debut. The Lone Wolf. Man, oh man. This might be an underrated pick for Team Blue. Burn the ships, is what he says. We'll be burning his way. And at number 60, the last pick for round 3. And the last pick for the on-screen draft. Lio Rush gets selected to Raw. Lio Rush gets drafted to Monday nights. And ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, that's it for the long on-screen version of the draft. All 3 rounds have been done. The rest of the picks will be made offline, and you'll be able to see the full roster soon. But let's take a look at what's to happen in the post-WrestleMania week. The Raw and SmackDown after WrestleMania. On Raw, we will see Indy Hartwell of The Way go up against Kris Statlander in 1v1 action. Also, a special return live from a female who was recently drafted. We'll have to see who that is. It should be interesting. It should be a fun time as she makes her presence felt and her goals will be known. Also, Karrion Kross, leader of the Final Testament, will go one-on-one after a big win against Edge at WrestleMania. He'll go one-on-one with the Niger Chief, Apollo Crews. That should be an interesting one for sure, folks. Also, the WWE Champion, the new Undisputed Champion, and the first overall draft pick kicks off Raw with the WWE Championship celebration. And that's what you can expect for the Raw side of things. But let's head over to the SmackDown side of things. The World Heavyweight Championship Tournament has been confirmed, ladies and gentlemen, and round 1 starts on the first episode when Samoa Joe takes on Ivar of the Viking Raiders in a round 1 matchup. Should be interesting. And also, the Bloodline 2.0 formed at WrestleMania. They have some words to say. Roman Reigns has a message, along with Jacob and Zilla Fatu. What is Bloodline 2.0 gonna say? Also, Triple Threat Eliminators match winner advances to Backlash to compete for the new Women's World Championship that is currently vacated. Stratton takes on Mercedes Moné and Lyra Valkyria. And then in the main event of SmackDown, the World Heavyweight Championship Tournament round 1, another matchup. Jon Moxley, after a big WrestleMania weekend, goes up against the one and only Ricochet in a spot to see who could move on to the next round in the World Heavyweight Championship Tournament. That's all we have for you scheduled tonight, folks. But wait a minute, we're catching some commotion back at ringside, and wait a second.
You want to ruin my WrestleMania moment, huh, Joe? Come on, come and bring your bitch ass over here.
You sure do talk tough, huh, motherfucker? How about you step over here, although it'll probably be a health hazard, because you'll probably start bleeding and get us infected.
Hey, knock it off. We aren't doing this here tonight. Not on this special night. Save it for SmackDown.
You're fucking lucky Paul is out here to protect you guys, because if you were to be let free, I'd spike you on your head into red hot flames yet again 1,000,000 times over. I have no regrets, Joe.
Hey, hold on a minute, player. Relax, John. Let's settle this in a better way.
Things are getting out of hand, folks. Someone's got to get control of this.
Forget you. Let's talk about Braun. Hey, Bron couldn't help but notice you don't have your title with you. What happened to it?
This is a crazy situation, folks. Both these two factions are out here. They got drafted to the same show tonight, and there's already chaos, and it hasn't even been the first week of SmackDown in Season 2. Things are getting out of hand.
Guys, stop it right now. If either of you two lay a finger on each other tonight, you will both be removed from the World Heavyweight title tournament. I ain't playing around, playa.
Teddy Long ain't playing around, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, this was not in the run sheet here tonight. This is real. The animosity between these two factions has reached an all-time high. It's already at a boiling point between Moxley and Reigns' faction. Things are getting out of hand, folks, but we're out of time, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you on the Raw after WrestleMania and the SmackDown after WrestleMania. But Triple H and Teddy Long have to get in control of this situation. But this is Nick signing off.